Pick it up. I gotta see what I got for programs really quick here. Honey Clean is a different person. You get the impression that Johnny was once as hot and as visible as the most infamous Deckers today. Good to see you down here. Happy to be a help if I can be. So why are you dressed as a janitor? Did I stand out upstairs? No, janitors never do. When I was younger, I had a rep for getting in and getting out of a system so cleanly that nobody ever knew I was there. Half the Matrix runs that earned me my rep were made possible because I could get inside the facility posing as a janitor. Now it's just sort of part of me. Is it true you were part of the Echo Mirage? Let me take this one. Listen, I've known this guy for over a decade and he's smart enough not to tell me. So he's sure as shit not going to tell you about anything these days. For your health and his, best to let the subject drop. The decking skill is often used on terminals, just on terminals, doors and stuff, but occasionally you'll have an option to run or a requirement to go into local metrics LAN on the facility if you're infiltrating in order to get access to valuable information or control most important things in the real world. And that's what we're looking for. Alright. Let's check out what we got for programs right now. I don't know what programs I have right now. Sorry about that sound fucking up like that every once in a while. How can I see what programs I have? Alright, I'm gonna need some programs. Let's see. That looks good. Let's trash some of this shit. Get some money back. That. Get that. Alright, now that we're broke, man, he got up here pretty fast. There's Delilah. Mr. Delilah looks small and tough, with an untraceable shoddy on his back and a heavy vest under his trench coat. He's got the air of someone who gets things done and occasionally does them himself. He might be an ex-runner, one of the rare ones smart enough to move over to management when he felt his reflexes slowing down. What do you want? You Delilah? Yeah, what's it to you, asshole? Can't you see I'm busy here? You sent Coyote to get something for you. We got it. You mention a Coyote, he finally gives you his full attention. Why didn't you say so? Coyote is late and my client is getting anxious. Where is she? Downstairs. She's getting stitched up. No kidding. Huh, well, whatever. She's tough. She pulled through, so who are you two? The guys who got your goods. Difference doesn't make. Doesn't make no difference to me. Where's the stones? In an instant, there's a jeweler's scope in his eyes. Moving quickly through what appear to be the most valuable stones, he stops when he can't find what he's looking at you. He glares at you, furious, and throws the rest of the gems in your face. It's not here. Let me explain the way the world works to you. I hire someone to do a job, they do it, then they get paid, we part happy. Now you have something that I paid Coyote to get for me, that makes it mine. So you give me the pebble, and you won't make any more work for Johnny Clean. Tell me more about it. Might jog my memory. I'm smart enough not to ask my clients what they want or why they want it. Just arrange for them to get it. Now hand it over. Coyote may not have told you, but the penalty for being late with delivery was no payment. But I'm feeling magnanimous tonight, so you guys can keep the gems I threw in your damn face. He looks at you up and down, takes you all in, and smiles to himself. You know, you look like the sort of man who might run a crew of your own one day. Might need a little talent. When that happens, you come to me, I'll set you up. Looks like you impressed him. No offense for those gems. Von Grass, follow me. Done with your phone call yet, jackass? Von Grass is fiddling with his cyber eye while noodling on his PDA. You're back, still busy. What's your story? I can see you're a busy man. Now that's right, Ann. So I wouldn't bother you if I didn't come here with the possession of these rare stones. You have his attention. Rare stones, eh? Let's see these rare stones. You hear the servos in Von Grass' cyber eye whir as the magnifying lens slips into position. He bends his head over the stones for 2 seconds, maybe less. Huh. Where'd you get all this dreck, a gumball machine? I'll give you 1,000 for him. I'll think about it. Suit yourself. And I don't have any karma left to spend, do I? Nope. Damn. Alright, well, I guess I'll take the 1,000, because what else am I going to do? And I've got $12 to my name, $28 to my name. Yep. Alright, so what's next here? Get back to Coyote. See what Delilah's got for me here. We're done for now. Buzz. You're back. I think the highlights of the Wolves game will be on soon. Want to take a load off and watch it with me? You know someone named Jessica? No. Why? Sam's sister? Jessica Watts. Yeah! He mentioned her once. Didn't sound like they got along that well. Comlink chips and the screen shows to the smiling face of Officer Aguirre. If he's smiling, it must be about money. Why, officer, what a pleasure to hear from you. Yeah, we're buddies. Let's go dancing soon. Listen, the Ripper got another one. The victim worked at the NTSB investigation facility down on the docks. You owe me for this. Put it on my tab. You there now? Better get here quick before McCluskey arrives. Image on your PDA dissolves as the call ends. Another Ripper murder? Where? Docks. I gotta go. Listen, I want to help. You dragged me out of the Royale before something bad happened, worse than getting my arm torn off. And Sam was my friend. You head to the docks and I'll see if I can track down Jessica. She might be able to help us. See you when I get back. Off we go. Alright, let's go check it out. take a cab. Leaving the Streamstress's Union behind, you head up to the docks. The Ripper killed Sam, and maybe he or she slipped up with his latest victim and left some useful evidence. Only one way to find out. South Seattle's your typical industrial area. Grit, grime, gray. The rain doesn't really help matters any. Layers of dirt mixed with abandoned wooden pallets, repurposed into makeshift furniture for the day workers, garbage collects in the gutters of the broken-down street. Disreputable is this district's middle name. Your destination, the National Transport Safety Board warehouse, is located on a small strip of dock towards the less maintained end of the waterfront. Despite the presence of those who linger in such places, it's quiet as you approach the gate. Oh, remastered old school music from one of the original ones. Hey, look, a hooker. You looking for a good time? Know anything about the NTSB? Yeah, the bums around here have been stealing old crap from that place for years. Not worth my time, though. Halt! The Lone Star Guard. The guard looks bored. He toys with his gun absent-mindedly, like he might shoot something on a whim just to watch it die. You're about to trespass on corporate property. You looking to get dusted, street scum? Officer Aguirre called me in, needs me to rule out if the killer bypassed security or if they were let in. Oh, of course. I'll open the gate. Aguirre's inside, just inside the warehouse. Definitely no holes in our security there. Tip-top shape. Yeah. You guys are obviously real winners. Just check out the dock real quick. Baby. I knew it. If I looked around, I'd find something. Good chunk. Ooh, phosphorus grenade. That can go to the stash. Probably not likely to use it. Not so whiz on stun damage. Alright. Confirm. Inside the large gray warehouse is as typical as the outside. High ceilings adorned with girders and rickety catwalks top a huge utilitarian room. Concrete and steel walls meet a concrete floor. This is a good place for storing things and nothing more. Despite the quiet on the outside, the inside is a hornet's nest of Lone Star officers going about their business. In the center of the activity is the Emerald City Ripper's latest victim. With uniforms everywhere, no one stops you at the door. It seems this case hasn't leaked to the press yet. Lone Star or no, you got a job to do. Fucking hate Lone Star. Damn cops. Why, hello, Aguirre. Who's that ugly fucker? Took your sweet time, didn't you? Traffic these days. Fill me in. We had time to go over the evidence while you were away en route. Turns out this might not be a Ripper murder after all. I left the computer in the office over there if you want to see for yourself. The victim worked here at NTSB warehouses and is as a black box researcher. The National Transportation Safety Board. This warehouse is used to go over the wreckage from plane crashes to determine what happened. The Vic was in charge of their highest priority investigation at the moment. We've gone through the victim's computer, and his case notes indicate he was selling secrets. Idiot kept records. Scientists don't really make good criminals. Tell me about it. Some runner like you would probably offed him to cover up his corp master's involvement. Tried to make it look like a Ripper killing. Here's the office key. Check it out for yourself if you want. All I want is over here. I want to go to that bunk over there. Dresden! Asmodeus! Surprised to see you here. Let me guess. Aguirre tipped you off. Suppose you must have made an impression on him at the market yesterday, or your cred stick did at any rate. Anyway, surprise, we got another river victim on our hands. Look like you've been putting in some overtime. Victim's male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Based on condition of the body, it looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning. And yes, I'm a little tired. Body's been piling up like cordwood, it seems. Cause of death, unknown. Several internal organs were removed from his body after death, quite gruesomely. I'm not sure if the killer even knew what they wanted before they started cutting. Not much else to tell yet, really. He does have a lot of pre-existing scar tissue, so he probably had a major surgery at some point in recent history. Unfortunately, with the organs gone, I can't determine the nature of the surgery. Nice hole where his chest was, so what was on the butcher's shopping list? Well, the killer definitely took the lungs. The more I look at it, though, the other missing organs may just be eviscerated within the chest cavity. Sounds like he's taking a different trip. Sorry, don't do theories. I'm just a scientist who happens to prefer dead people. However, while there was massive damage to the chest cavity, I can see that the victim's lungs were transplants, which is interesting, since another victim's missing heart was also a transplant. Granted, modern medicine has made organ transplants relatively easy, but this is an odd coincidence. But as a scientist, it's just that, coincidence. This is only the third body I've personally examined. One of our other branch managers handled the other 2. If I find that more of the victims had organ transplants, I'll let you know. Well, and probably he had a new liver, which is why he wasn't dying anymore, so that was also a transplant. How's Aguirre doing on the case? Aguirre would love to solve it before McCluskey and get his gold detective shield. Plus, he'd love to see McCluskey suck it in front of his superiors. He's already tried to bribe me to keep information from McCluskey and slip it to him. I'm inspired by their tireless pursuit of justice. You take the money, he grins from ear to ear. Do you have any idea how much this job pays these days, sir? I don't think Aguirre's salary is going to do much to seduce me into helping him. McCluskey getting any closer? Couldn't find his ass with both hands. Don't tell him I said that, though. Who's she? No clue. Just showed up. Next to kin, I think. Good luck out there. You're not a cop. She looks up at you, watching warily. I'm independent. It's your relationship with him. The suspicion in her voice and her eyes departs almost instantly when the subject turns to the deceased. He's my brother. I've been trying to speak with him, but I'm afraid his spirit is too disoriented by his recent journey to answer me. Shaman? Yes, for all the good it's doing me. If I could make contact, I might be able to deliver justice and allow my brother's spirit to rest. Were there any other witnesses? Not so far as I could tell, not among the living anyway. Realization then dawns, bringing light back into her eyes. My brother's spirit may not be alone here this night. She closes her eyes and concentrates, droning a low chant you can barely hear. Yes, there are others. Other spirits who may be of help. Her features harden in frustration, as if she's searching for something that remains elusive. She's sighing, she opens her eyes and fixes you with a stare. But I can't do it alone. What do you need? The warehouse contains the spirits of plane crash victims trapped between worlds. They wish to help, they wish to be heard, and I think they have something to say about my brother's murder. Lone Star won't let me in there, but you seem to have the run of the place. If you can find the personal items that belong to the victims, I believe I can summon a spirit to speak with us. I'll need 2 such objects. Can you find them for me? Do what I can. I'm gonna get in there. We got here? There's a large pile of old shoes on the ground next to the airplane seats. They could be discarded luggage or perhaps shoes worn by the occupants of the plane at the time of the crash. Sorting through the shoes, you realize that there are 3 shoes with no matching pair: a left blue sneaker, a right red high heel pump, and a left black dress shoe. Black lace up with a rubber sole. Department store knockoff of an Italian brand is otherwise unremarkable. The sneaker is a child and has a musty, sweaty smell. Oddly, you get a sort of shock, as if from static electricity when you touch it. This must be one of the items the shaman's looking for. You take the shoe. hard to say whether this heap of items is refuse recovered from a plane crash or simply trash that hasn't been taken out yet. Dig through it. A sticky substance of some sort seems to have seeped through the trash pile, and your hands are quickly covered in the stuff. After searching for a minute, you unearth a handful of interesting items. Oh, an earring. The earring is made of burned-out, burnished steel formed in the shape of a small salmon. An intense primal fear washes over you as you touch its surface. This must be one of the items she's looking for. Dented tin lunchbox that's seen better days. You can barely make out the face of a grinning troll on the front. Breadstick. Surprisingly, it's still functional. 200 new yen. Here you go, shaman fancy engine pants. Here you go. You hand her the objects. She closes her eyes and chants over them for a long time. When her eyes open again, they're filled with tears. Thank you. These items are all I will need. It shouldn't take me long to... What the hell is this? Oh, fuck, McCluskey. Officer Aguirre trails over the detective, only meeting your eyes for a moment. She's the victim's sister, sir. This is a crime scene, officer, not some Salish drum circle. Isn't it standard procedure to contact the next of kin? Ma'am, consider yourself contacted. Now get the hell out. Come on, if we stay much longer, I am not liable to do something I'd regret, or worse, something I'd enjoy. But I didn't go to the office. But the office. I had a key. Son of a bitch. That man is an ass. But there's no helping it now. I should just be graceful that you will be able to collect these things before these clods carted everything off. Not from here, I'm afraid. Spirits such as these have domains to which they're anchored. We need to get back in there. Rent-a-cops won't tie this place up long. Agreed. I expect it will be clear by nightfall. Sure you're up for this? I got time. Whatever your reasons, I thank you. Now, since we have this time, we should probably enlist some help. They may post security overnight. I'm going to... Sorry, excuse me. All this talking's giving me some phlegm. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say you know where to find these kinds of people we need. Quick smile. Good. I'll put up the money if you find the bodies. She produces a fistful of crumpled nuyen from inside a leather pouch and starts to count out, then shoves the whole wad at you. Meet me back here at midnight. The spirits will be strong then. As you start to leave the warehouse, your comlink chirps and the face of Coyote appears on the screen. Hoy, you in the middle of something? Getting jerked around by Lone Star, same old, same old. I hear ya. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was born in the Royale. BTL pushers like Stevie J run the squats. Ran my world growing up. Sounds nasty. It was, for all kinds of reasons. I have a cousin, Gino, who's been missing for months. He hit the sprawl about a year ago and immediately fell in with some tweakers. Bad guys. They hooked him on some high-amp dream chips and started using him for all sorts of dreck. I tried to help him, but he pushed me away. Then he disappeared. I've been shooting up BTL labs ever since trying to find him. Guessing you got a new lead. It's not a lead. Her face lights up. She's running hot. Has a serious edge. I know exactly where he is this time. Got an old friend who eyeballed him herself. I'm on my way. Paco's with me, but we could use another hand. You in? I need you right now. You know the deal. I work, I get paid. Face falls. I got nothing, man. Call it a favor. Yeah, maybe there's a way for me to come back out ahead. Thanks. I'll send you the address. See you soon. You know the drill, Coyote. You know the drill. Oh, The cluster of dilapidated buildings where Coyote told you to meet her appears to be remnants of a public housing project. The buildings look like cesspools filled with human debris. You find her standing with Paco on a street corner, eyeing the roofs, the doorways, the windows. Despite his attempts to engage her, Coyote barely says a word as the three of you weave your way through the tenements. She walks purposefully, her new cyber hand flexing open and closed with each step. It's unclear whether the action is voluntary or not. You circle around the back of a building, and Coyote jumps up, grabs the bottom rung of a fire escape ladder, and pulls it down. Without a signal, she starts her climb towards the roof. Paco looks at you worriedly and starts up the ladder. This needs a cha-cha-down. Anyway, thanks for meeting us. I owe you one. Yeah, no sweat. Yeah, you never know what sort of firepower to expect in one of these BTL squats. She brightens. Oh, hey, listen, I got news for you. You know Sam's sister Jessica? One of my contacts found her for me while you were on your way out here. I called her and asked her to meet you at the Union later today. Hope that helps. Thanks. She looks at you, her scarred face soft. Least I can do. All right, let's get this done. My cousin Gino should be in one of the squats past that door up ahead. I hear there's a whole lab set up in there. From my experiences, there's usually a lookout watching for cops outside and a guard in the door inside. Like I said, I don't know how much firepower to expect, but these guys are nasty, so stay on your guard. I just want to go in, grab Gino, and get out. Right behind you, babe. Let's do this. Hey, buddy. The orc looks twitchy, his eyes rolling in his head. He scans the three of you, looks past to see if there are others, licks his lips, and then nods throughout, as if going through some checklist. Hoi hoi, how you doing? Good day for a trip, ain't it? She leans in and whispers in your ear. This guy's a clocker. Trades work time for chips. Part salesman, part lookout. Probably has a signal device for the guys inside. You want to go on a ride? What kind of rides you got? We got it all. All of it. We got it all. Yeah. What you want to do? You want to do some crime? You want to be bad? We can hook you up. Don't roll that way. Want to be a hero? Be a hero. We got fairy tales, Drek Trummer's love, man. You name it. And you can slag and frag to your heart's content. That's the real thing, right? Slagging and fragging? Doesn't matter what the trip is as long as there's slagging involved, right? Coyote's eyes are hard, her pupils tight little pinpricks of hate. You do snuff too, don't you? The clocker looks around, more nervous now. Maybe, yeah, maybe for the right price. You can feel it. What's it like? What it's like to die? What it's like to kill? How did I get in? That's the best part. It's the best part. It's a lab, man. They test new stuff here. The hottest Drek. You can place a special order and they'll make it happen. You buy a pass card from the guy at the door. It'll get you in and out anytime you want. Then you can buy a beetle and slot it right there. Our guys are guard you while you're chipping. Safest way, chummer. Safest way. Let me in, man. I'll see you around after this. Probably see you lots. That's not good. The woman is probably in her 30s, but hard times have aged her. She looks at you with concern. Don't do it, friends. Don't slot that Drek they're selling. BTLs are killers, man. There's most of all. Sound like you know from experience. She pulls her hair back to show you no implant. Then her mouth tightens and her eyes well up in tears. I do. I know. I lost my husband, my son, my daughter. They use her to record. Tears stream down her face. Looking for a kid named Gino. Who doesn't? He's here all the time. He's a clocker. Trades his time for chips. Like their little errand boy. I saw him go in there this morning. He hadn't come out, so I imagine he's riding a dream chip. What kind of guards they got here? They're serious. This place is backed by the Yakuza. Japanese mafia, oh man. How many? What kind of firepower? There's a guy at the door, Charlie. He sells the passes to get in. He's not tough, blind in one eye. There's another 5 or so wandering around. 2 of them are bad news, covered in magic symbols, mean. Coyote's amped and ready. 5 or 6, that's not bad. We have surprise on our side. You got to pass hard. Any chip heads in there? All day and all night, they can be dangerous too. Chip heads? Dangerous? Once someone's chipped, they can send them any program they want. Make them do whatever. Turn them into horrors, killers, anything. Got a pass card? No, but Jamal has my son's card. Took it off him when he brain fried. Jamal's down the hall. Don't know if he'll give it up, but it's between you and him. Got to go.